What is up, guys? Rado back with another video, and today is the 20th day of what me and my friends like to call Godzilla-thon. It's basically where we just watch one Godzilla movie a day up until G-Fest. And today is Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2, or 1993, whichever you want to call it. So today, I thought it would be a fun idea to talk about the vintage collection of Bandai Godzilla 1993 figures. So I got 4 figures to talk about today. Let's get right into it. First, we're going to start with the main man himself, Godzilla 1993, otherwise known as Rado Goji. This is the second release of this mold. There was a 92 release that came out for versus Mothra, and then a 94 release that came out with Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla. This is the 93 version, and the differences between the three versions is the Rado Goji 93 one has blue spines. The Battle Goji 92, I believe, has gray spines. And then the 94 Moge Goji, I believe, also has blue spines, but I could be wrong on that. Not too sure. But I know one of them has gray spines. Anywho, this is the 93 release, and if I'm correct, I believe the 93 release is the rarest of the 3. I've not seen many of these go on for sale. I obtained my copy at G-Fest 2022, I believe. I believe it was at the Seismic Toys table, and mine does come with the tag. It's not in the best of shape, unfortunately. It's got a little damage right there, but I'd say it's pretty well intact. And on the back, you have basic Bandai stuff, and then Godzilla 1994, because they go the year before, or prior, or yeah, the way around, sorry. But yeah, this guy's pretty awesome. He's just the basic Heisei Godzilla mold that we've had for at least 30 years at this point. And they're the blue spines. I think this is the perfect release out of the 3. The blue spines just look very, very cool on this mold. And I think the Heisei Godzilla just looks good at this 8-inch scale generally. The smaller 6-inch version, not my favorite cup of tea, but I think the vintage just has an undeniable charm to it. So there's not much to this figure, just basic movements for articulation, if you want to call it. But yeah, he's quite the looker. I'm very glad to have this guy. I don't know how else I would have gotten this guy, because if this guy comes untagged, you kind of have to gamble with which one this might be between like 94 and 93. But yeah, very awesome figure. Let's move on to Mechagodzilla. All right, now we have Mechagodzilla. I think this mold is still unbeaten. Something about the movie Monster Series release, like the 6-inch version, it just doesn't work with me the same way the 8-inch does. I think the 8-inch is a lot cooler, and it just captures Mechagodzilla's likeness from the movie a lot better, in my opinion. Like, it's not like one-to-one suit accurate, but I think he looks a lot better in 8-inch form than 6-inch form. I don't remember where I picked this up from. I believe I got it at a Kaiju Days, like early on in 2022, 2021, one of those years. Mine does come with the tag, and says basically the same thing as Godzilla, just Mechagodzilla 94. And yeah, this guy does have some damage on him. I'm not too sure what this is about back here, but I've had this guy for like 5 years at this point. There's also some like yellow damage. It's not in the best of shape, but I do have the price tag on it. It was $55 at a Kaiju Days event, so shout out to Nate and Anthony for getting me a good deal on this guy. Very glad to have this guy. He does have normal articulation. I kind of like his arms up like this, but sometimes feeling like in the mood, like this it's tough as hell. Love this guy. Yeah, personally, I just think this figure works a lot better in 8-inch scale than 6-inch scale. So that's pretty much it. There's Mechagodzilla. Let's go talk about Rodan. Flying in now, we have Rodan. This is supposed to be Fire Rodan, but I'm just gonna call it Rodan. I'm not the biggest fan of the vintage, or this mold of Rodan. I think it's kind of whatever. He's always looking up at this angle. I mean, you can bend his legs down, but mine are a little warped, so I don't like one. I display him on the top shelf, so I don't want to worry about him like taking a nosedive right off the shelf. But I got this guy, I believe, from my friend Kola Risik. I could be mistaken where I got this figure. I'm not 100% sure, but he did come with the tag. I believe this was the first of the set I got, Rodan 1994 on the back. And I think just for like the tag sake, I like how it's plugged in at the head and it goes right through the horns. I think that's very, very cool, just like for displaying sake. But yeah, he's pretty basic. There is the Forever series release that is constantly available. I have had multiple opportunities to get that figure, but I've just chosen not to. It's a figure I will get later on in the future, but at the moment, I'm quite alright with the vintage Rodan right here. I believe that one's also made of soft vinyl. This one's hard vinyl. So, movement in the head, but very little. Like, I don't think I want to, like, try moving it, but it does move, like, very little. And then, as you saw before, at the legs. So, personally, I think this is my least favorite of the set, just because he's always having to look up, and especially if he's at the top shelf, you're never going to see his, like, head or whatever, but that might just be me skill issue and nothing more. But there we have Rodan. Let's finish this off with Baby Godzilla. To finish this video off, we have Baby Godzilla. Now, I believe I got this one at a G-Fest. I'm not sure which one, but I don't remember fully. But I did have an untagged one. I believe I got the untagged one at G-Fest 2019. I do not have that one anymore. I'm not sure. I probably sold it like on Facebook or something. But all in all, this is a really nice figure. It's very slim. One thing I'm not a fan of is how, I mean, he does stand upright, but the tail is what's propping him. I would have rathered the tail just be like a U shape on the ground, but this is also good too. There is, of course, the Forever series version that is, in my opinion, a lot better paint-wise, but this version, for what I got it for, probably less than $70, I'd imagine. It's pretty good. I do like how there's like very subtle blacks, like in the back, like on the suit. But then again, it's Baby Godzilla. Not much you need to do for this type of figure. For this guy, he's just got basic arms and legs, and I think a little in the tail. Yeah, slightly in the tail. But all in all, here's the tag. Pretty good condition tag. Baby Godzilla on the back. And yeah, nothing much to say about Baby Godzilla, really. He's a very solid figure. Let's finish off this review and bring everyone back on stage. All in all, the vintage collection for Godzilla 1993, Mechagodzilla 1993, Rodan 1993, and Baby Godzilla is a stellar collection. I'm very, very happy that I have the complete set, and very, very happy that they are all tagged. These are some of the figures I keep the tags on because they don't fit in a normal like card size binder. But having vintage figures tagged is certainly very tough, I must say. So that's pretty much it for this video. What do you guys think of these figures? Do you think they're cool? Do you think the new Movie Monster series figures absolutely destroy these figures? I think not really, but I do like the new Mechagodzilla. The Mechagodzilla's pretty solid. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys at G-Fest in the very near future, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys. Bye. Bye. Bye-bye.